What's up, guys? Mr. Bevel here today. We're going to talk about the modes of transfer when it comes to GMAW MIG welding. Jumping right in, our first mode of transfer is short circuit. So what we talk about when we say mode of transfer, that means how the wire is transferred to the base material. Have a little diagram we draw where we'll show you all about it. Short circuit. This is the most common mode of transfer in MIG welding. And some people call it short arc, that's a nickname for it, short circuit. So basically what that means is we have the MIG gun here, we've got a nozzle contact tip, we have the parent material. So our wire actually comes all the way out of that gun, hits the parent material. Once it touches the parent material and creates a circuit, then the arc is formed and we start welding. So the wire actually has to touch the parent material to create an arc. That's a short circuit or short arc transfer. Very popular. Now with each mode of transfer, they can all use different mixes of gas, but these are the most common mixes of gas that these modes will use. So we'll commonly see 75-25, 75 argon, 25 CO2 mixed with short circuit. Now, it's very possible to have 100% CO2, to have 90-10, 95-5, but 75-25 is the most common one. Short circuit, very common. It's very versatile. It can weld thick material, thin material, it can weld open roots, different stuff. Now we're going to talk about the next one, pulse. So what is pulse? Pulse is basically the same thing, except for every time this creates an arc, it actually pulses the wire. So it's creating a bunch of mini arcs at a speed so quick we can't really recognize it with the naked eye, but it is starting and stopping that arc multiple times. Typical gas mix for this is 90-10. You have to have at least 90% argon to run this. So 90-10, 95-5, going to be some pretty popular ones with it. Why would we want this? What would be the purpose of that? It has less heat input, so a less heat affected zone on the material. So when you start welding on parent material like this, we're not going to have very much heat affected zone. So when we have less heat, that means we're going to put less distortion. We're going to not warp that material as much. So that's going to allow us to weld really thin material. Also, since we're not putting so much heat into something, we can weld open roots, which is possible with short circuit, but a lot easier done with the pulse process. So we can weld open root pipes or plates. So it makes this process very versatile now. If you ever go take a job at Polaris, they pulse weld everything at Polaris. They weld really thin tubing, so it just makes sense. Alright, we'll talk about spray. Spray is kind of the opposite. Pulse is very fine, thin material. Can weld thick material with it, but spray is made for welding really thick material. So what happens with spray? The wire comes down and it's burning so hot before it even makes contact with the parent material, it creates an arc and it literally sprays molten metal onto this weld. You're going to have a really big heat affected zone. We can put a whole lot of metal into a weld at once. So it has a very high deposition rate. That's what deposition means, how much weld we're depositing on a piece of metal. So we're putting a lot in there. Typical gas mix is going to be 80-20. You can use 85-15, 90-10. It's a very hot mix, so minimum of 80 argon to make that happen. You're not really going to spray with 75-25. Super hot. So we wouldn't want to use this on very thin material. It's going to warp it. It might even burn a hole in it. So this is made for whenever we're welding really thick material and we're wanting to throw a lot of weld in there. And spray can only be used, and don't put none of this, in flat and horizontal positions. Because it's so hot, if we try welding vertical or overhead, that weld probably gets so hot it would just roll out. Now we have one more to talk about, and this one's a little bit different. It's not very common at all. Nobody in the U.S. really uses it. There's some people overseas in Europe that use it a little bit, but not common at all. It's called the globular method. Super unpopular. So what it actually does is the wire comes out, and before it touches the parent material, it drops a big old glob of weld deposit. It drops globs all the way down through there and forms a weld. Not much heat affected on this way, that's one thing you can say about it, but not much of a way to weld as we just drop blobs down through there onto the material. Not popular in the United States, you might see overseas in Europe. So, short circuit's our main one. We teach it here at Drake, that's the main one we teach. We will go over pulse and how to set up a machine for pulsing. And spray, everybody will spray and teach one at some point in time here at Drake so you can see the difference. But basically, if you can short circuit, you can do all this other stuff. And that's pretty much it for modes of transfer from MIG welding. Thanks, guys.